Hey guys, we're going to do a little bit of talking about bentonite clay today. This is a very important piece of wisdom and knowledge we all can use in our daily lives, especially, first aid. So, I have this brochure. It's aboutclay.com, so you can always refer back here. They have a web page you can look at, and they have a forum. But basically, so clay is a very powerful substance, and it's been used since ancient times. Animals naturally go to it in order to detox their bodies. So I have some bentonite clay. You can get this at your health food store, or you can get it sometimes at a grocery store. So it's just volcanic ash, and what it does is it's very absorbent in action. It goes into the body once you mix it with water and you drink it, and it pulls out things like viruses, bacteria, inflammation, infections, parasites, and not to forget, and this is one of my biggest things, is why I'm talking about this, is the pineal gland. And so this will help decalcify and cleanse the pineal gland. And this is important because this is your spiritual eye, your mind's eye that sees the forces of spirit, that the electromagnetic energies that are around us, within us, and surround us. So it's really important that we're not basically zombies, and fluoride and chlorine basically is not something you want in your system. So on this about clay thing, I'm going to read off a couple, and I'm going to show you how to make your own clay beverage, detox, and a poultice, which you can put on, spider bites, pimples, rashes. So on here, it talks about that it gets out heavy metals out of the system, and heavy metals can cause a lot of problems, so you don't want them inside. And a lot of vaccines have a lot of heavy metals in them, so it's good to get those out of your system. Aluminum, and there are some other things you don't want them in your tissues, so it pulls them out of the tissues. It helps with poison ivy, poison oak, shingles, insect bites. So bites you can potentially die from, like spider bites, brown recluse, and black widow bites. These are some things you can die from, and you do need to see a doctor if you don't know how to take care of them. But I've used it to cure brown recluse bites on me and other people, friends and family. I'm like, hey, you really don't need this antibiotic. Take this clay, take it like it's an antibiotic, and you will be cured. And there are a few other things. Cuts and bruises. A friend of mine brought me her puppy who had been bitten by the mother, and it had a wound, and she didn't have enough money to take it to the vet because that can be very expensive. And there are a lot of natural cures out there for ourselves and for our pets if we just know what to do. And I said, hey, just take the powder. I gave her a little bit. It's very inexpensive. Put it in there in a paste, keep it clean, do it 3 times a day, and it healed up perfectly fine. The puppy is, healed. Also helps with warts, toenail fungus, joints, inflamed joints, radiation. It pulls radiation out of the system. Pharmaceuticals. It pulls out the accumulation of pharmaceuticals in the body, because pharmaceuticals are really hard for the body to cleanse out, and they tend to build up, causing a lot of toxicity within the system. So it also talks about detoxifies and cleanses the digestive system, liver, and colon, treats bacterial and food poisoning, removal of organic and non-organic toxicity, the heavy metals again, radiation, internal parasites. So a lot of people in the United States have internal parasites, and the reason they have this is they don't eat a holistic diet. They don't have foods and herbs that they take to get rid of these things. They primarily doctors typically don't diagnose parasites. So like if your kids go to school, chances are they're going to get lice, or they're going to get ringworms, or they're going to get pinworms. So the lice can be cured, you know, with essential oils. I've done that with my kids when they've played with other children. You know, lice jump. The pinworms and things like that, these are things that we can do cleanses with to get rid of naturally. And internal parasites that just accumulate from a high meat, just high sugar, high processed food diet. Anyway, so it increases your T cell count, reduction of free radical damage, stimulation of latent cell energy, increases in overall energy level and sense of well-being. So I'm also allergic to dairy, so whenever, if I eat pizza or have things that have dairy or even eggs, I have a reaction to eggs as well. And most humans have an allergic reaction to dairy because the proteins are hard for the human system to process. So the body will have an inflammatory response to dairy, typically causing a heaviness, mucus in the system. So it's really good to stay away from dairy if you have a cold, because it's going to thick up your mucous membranes. So to make this clay, to make it for yourself, I start out, you can do a teaspoon first for your first try, and some water. So I put a little bit of the water in the cup at the bottom like you would make some hot cocoa, and then since this is going to be your first time trying it, you want to do 1 teaspoon. I usually do 2 tablespoons and do a large cup for myself. So, and then just mix up all the little clumps right there, and you can get it pre-hydrated if you would like, and it's easy to take that way for your first time as well. It's cheaper this way. And then I add more water to it, to your desired consistency. So if you're starting it off the first time, you want it pretty thin, just to kind of get the hang of what it tastes like. It tastes like the way rain smells to me. And there you go. So if you have a severe infection, you want to take 2 or 3 of these a day. I do tablespoons. So, like with spider bites, say you get a brown recluse bite, you want to make a poultice. And a poultice is basically, you make a paste with the powder. So I have some of this powder in my hand, and then I take some water, and I mix it up and make a little paste. And this is your poultice. You can do this with other herbs too, and make a paste with, you know, cayenne pepper or honey, and it just depends on what ailments you have. So here's my paste. You can use it for a face mask. It'll close your pores, pull out toxins, help heal pimples. But we're talking about the spider bite. So if you get a poisonous brown recluse spider bite that could potentially kill you, you want to put a poultice. So basically put this on the spot, like say I have it right here, put it on the spot. And then you want to let it dry, and you can even cover it with a bandage. Let it dry, sit there for a few hours. Once it starts cracking up, it'll crack up. You want to rinse that off. Soak it in water, rinse it off, and then put a new paste on. And you also, if it's something that's going to be a deadly sting or bite, you want to take it orally. And just be aggressive with it. Drink lots of water, eat lots of fiber. When you're doing an internal detox like that, a lot of times the old sludge becomes accumulated and then it goes back into the bloodstream. If you're not properly cleansing, you could get flu-like symptoms, which is normal with any kind of cleansing protocol. Even with massage, if you get a really good massage and you don't drink plenty of water, you can also have these same flu-like symptoms. It's a good thing that that's happening. So anyway, if you have any questions, you can email me at summermoonhealing.com. Oh, that's my website. Sorry, you can email me at summermoonhealing888@gmail.com. And yeah, just let me know what you think, and I'll be there for you if you need me. Thank you so much.